Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Magyanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshuranmilitam Mena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Mena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vanchakalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Eva Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिव गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगं लंघयते गिरिं कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरो दीनतारिणम् हरे कृष्ण. The devotees yesterday we were discussing about an important aspect of how the consciousness, when it dwells on I'm the enjoyer, I'm the maintainer, and I'm the controller, what is the disadvantage of that? Why can't we remain in that state and also practice Krishna consciousness? Is it a problem to feel that we are an enjoyer, to feel that we are a controller, and to feel that we are a maintainer? Why our acharyas are telling like that? Why Krishna personally he told in Gita about it? And what is the reason why Srila Prabhupada so mercifully telling that this is so vital and important? Dear devotees, this is actually a vega, an urge, which is there in a conditioned soul's consciousness. This vega has to be dissipated because the vega which we are talking about, that I am the controller and the maintainer and the proprietor, is the natural propensity in this conditioned world. If a person hears that you are not the enjoyer and the maintainer, he doesn't understand the philosophy rightly, and he says that, are you mad? I am the enjoyer. What are you talking about? I'm the maintainer. What are you talking about? I maintain everything. I'm the controller. What do you mean? Just I'm the controller. I'm controlling everything. Actually, this on these lines, a person meets a sadhu, a pure soul, and then he says that I am the God. I am God. Then the sadhu was actually discussing with him that are you really okay? How are you God? Can you prove? And he started telling some Kena Upanishad or somewhere else, proving that the impersonal way is the way. Then in between the conversation, the person who's actually speaking the impersonal philosophy, he has to pass urine. He says that, can you excuse me? I have to go pass urine. Then the sadhu immediately says to the pure devotee, he says, you are controller, right? You are Ishvara. You are the maintainer, right? Can't you control your bowels? You're just passing urine. You just control. You're the controller, right? Then the person on the other side started arguing. But after some time, 5-10 minutes, he has to pass urine. Otherwise, otherwise he has to pass it then there itself because it is so urgent for him. Now, at that moment, the sadhu is telling, are you really the controller? Are you really the maintainer? Then the person accepted, no, I'm not the controller. I'm not the maintainer. Do you agree to that? Yes. Then now you can go. Pass the urine and whatever you want to do, go. This is so falsity. I was just thinking about this, that how the consciousness becomes polluted through this logics. If these logics are there in one's heart, in our heart, then we would never understand what this Krishna consciousness is. We would never understand the love or the reciprocation between Mother Yashoda and Krishna. Now, the Supreme Controller, who is the controller of everything, he is giving his control key to Mother Yashoda, and he likes to be controlled by his devotees. We never understand that truth. If the conditioned soul is always in the conditioned state, then he would never understand that situation. That how is she was able to do or control the Lord? Because Lord is a controller, right? How come he's been controlled by another devotee? Because that devotee is they're in a pure plane actually. They do not proclaim that this is what it is, that is what it is, this is how it should be, that is how it should be. No, 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 no. Their logic and understanding is only one. Their process of acceptance is only one. I'm not the controller. Lord is the controller. I'm not the maintainer. He is the maintainer. I'm not the doer. He is the doer. Ahankara vimudatma kartaham iti manmete. But through false ego, which is actually the driving force in this world. I'll tell an example. As a practical example, how this aham mameti consciousness would actually work. Now there is a millionaire, whatever, let's say there's a very rich person in India. And that person is actually practicing Krishna consciousness. That means he knows the philosophy, he knows the understanding. But that person, if for example, if he leaves what he's doing right now, I tell this scenario. If he leaves what he's doing right now, not his family, his family's family, his family's families can also live happily without working. So please understand this, what I'm trying to say. What is it? His family's family, everything they can live. That means they have so much. Please understand. but but he says, I have to prove something. I have to show who am I. I have to create and show something that I can do this. Let me create this new business. Let me do this new model. What is it? That urge of creator is there. The urge of a creator is there. For example, if I tell another person, you know what, Prabhu, this life is very temporary. You have to practice Krishna consciousness. Practice of Krishna consciousness is the only thing. Then he immediately says, you know what, I worked so hard. Now you say that, now you are saying that everything is all useless. No, I'm not saying everything is useless. No, you worked so hard or you studied so hard. Please understand, who gave you that intelligence? Did you cultivate by yourself? Then he immediately says, oh no, my teacher, my mother, my father helped. Who gave them? Then he started telling, there. Try to find the root of all of them. From where this intelligence is coming? He says that I don't know. I said, I'll tell you. Then this sadhu started telling, I'll tell who the source is. Aham sarvasva prabho matta sarvam pravartate. No, he is the source. Now, through that source, what is happening, dear devotees? An interesting aspect is happening. What is that interesting aspect? That person, he understood that his intelligence source is not he. Now, before that, he was thinking that he is a controller, he is a creator, he is a maintainer, but he's not. Now, we also think like that, right? We also think, we also perceive that I have to do this, I have to get that. By this time, I have to finish this. By that time, I have to do this. We set those goals. Setting goals is not problem. But dejecting when these goals are not met is the problem. You know who will deject? The person who feels that he's a controller. Please understand. It's important. The person who feels that he's a controller, he feels dejected when that thing is not met. But the thing is, he doesn't understand that the Krishna is for Krishna is a source for that. Now, if there is a dejection, there is a reason. There is a reason. Krishna is trying to explain or trying to teach us a beautiful lesson. Oh, through dejection also you can see me. Through rejection also you can see me. Oh, people are not accepting. You see me through that also. People are accepting. Oh, you see me through that also. There's a reward. There's a failure. Krishna says, you see, in both the cases, you see me because you are not the controller. Na? The moment the sadhaka understands that he is not the controller, he will come to this plane. What is that plane? My dear Lord, in whichever situation you keep, I will accept that. Why? Because he is convinced that he is not the controller. The same thing, Brahmaji, who is the creator, as per the instructions of the Lord, he created. One second. Hare Krishna. Navachanake, your video is on. Hare Krishna. So that thing is important. So what am I trying to say is what am I trying to say is when Brahmaji was actually kept in that state, he's actually he created. But later on he says to the Lord, oh my dear Lord, I might get through the understanding that I am the creator. My dear Lord, please help me that I do not get that consciousness. Because I know through me you are creating it. Because Brahmaji is convinced, he knows that through him the Lord is actually working. Please understand. Through him, what is happening? The Lord is actually working. Very important. So this understanding or awareness we need to realize. If that understanding is not realized, you know what happens? We become puffed up. You see, the proper actually uses this term called puffed up. What is this puffed up? He uses the example of puri. You know, puri it bulges, right? Puri size it becomes like this. So Prabhupada uses this notion, which the term which they used in those days for English is puffed up. That means the size increased, puffed up. So, so when you put a hole, what happens? How is that puffed up? Because the air is there in that, and then it bulges, and it becomes puffed up. When you punch on it, what happens? The puffed up is gone. Please understand. Yeah, the puffed up is gone. That means this is the state of the false ego. What is the state of false ego? It will show us that we are superiors. Please understand. Dear devotees, this is very practical. Every person hearts will go through this. For example, you did a service. Let's say you went to the office. I'll tell this beautiful example. I'll tell this example. Let's say you went to the office. You're the kind of deployment lead or whatever. No, what you did is the build is ready. Developers gave you, the developer lead gave you, and then as you are the deployment lead, you have to deploy that in the server. So you deployed. You deployed into QA environment. After that, you deployed in production. Huh? Everything went well. No, no problem. Everything is great. Then everyone begins to appreciating the deployment manager. Oh wow, we did great. Oh, we have seen so many. The server always gives issues, but today it didn't give any issue. It's all because of you. What is he hearing? It's all because of you. Is it not good to hear that? Please understand. Please think about this. No, generally we say, it's by the mercy of Guru and Krishna. But if we closely go into the heart and say, if somebody is telling, oh, it's because of you. It's because of you only it came. You are the proprietor. Because you orchestrated that. You managed that very nicely. Generally, whatever, it feels good now. You did that only. He is a diploma manager. He actually did that. Don't we see that? He only did it, dear devotees. But Bhagavad Gita says, Prabhupada is telling, no, they are not the doers. That is the consciousness of puffed up. What is the consciousness of puffed up? This is consciousness of puffed up. Puffed up means he thinks that he is the doer. Generally, every actually head of the householders will have this. Not even head of householders, dear daughter. Everyone has this. Why the head of householder will have this? Because he is maintaining the family. No? For example, the shower curtain is not working. He goes and fixes it. He brings the new one. Huh? For example, the sink is not working. He goes and fix it. Huh? The garage door is not working. He changes everything. Huh? He is actually doing. Doesn't he feel he is the controller? Naturally, everyone will feel that they are the controller. It's a natural propensity. Naturally, that is unnatural. Actually, that so-called natural which we see without Shravana, what is that natural is illusion. Please understand. So that is also natural in this world. What is natural? Illusion. To be illusion is natural. That's why when we hear Shravana, it's all everything is opposite. Why are they telling everything opposite? Generally, we enjoy. Even after marriage, they say enjoy nicely, have fun, go to honeymoon 2, 3 times, have fun. Don't they say? Likewise, a devotee couple went to Srila Prabhupada, started asking this question, Swamiji, recently wedded. To know each other nicely, what should we do? Interesting question. To develop a good relation among ourselves, what should we do? Then that person, that Prabhu was thinking, oh, you should go to, where? You should go to Hawaii or Clearwater and have honeymoon there. Have fun. Prabhupada never said that. Prabhupada said, your wife should cook. You offer that bhoga to the Lord. Invite Vaishnavas, feed them. After that, you eat. You continue doing like this, your relationship between both of you is increased. He was shell shocked. If she is cooking, I am offering and I am serving, and she is helping me in that service later, how is that relationship is enhanced through that? How do I know that? So he was confused. Later on, next week, he again asked, Swamiji, I have a problem. Yes, my dear child, what's problem? Again repeated the same question, thinking that Prabhupada did not understand the question in the first time. Prabhupada repeated the same thing. He couldn't understand. Later on, Prabhupada said, this disciple was expecting sense gratification, words of sense gratification from me. I would never do that. I would never tell that. That's why he didn't like it. That's why he didn't like my instruction. Why? Now, question, who feels that he's the controller? Who has this sense gratificative propensity? The sense gratificatory propensity, when it is there in one's heart, he feels that he's the controller. That's what happened, right? Ravana, lust usurped him. His consciousness was completely usurped by lust. What did he do? He wanted to enjoy Mother Sita. What is who is she? She is the eternal consort of Lord Ramachandra. That means eternally she is there in the spiritual world. She is an internal potency. She represents internal potency. She is the expansion of Srimati Radharani. She is the epitome of devotion. Now that person, he wants to enjoy Mother Sita of lust because his sister will come and tell him about the beauty of Mother Sita. Then he agitated, even though he had 100 wives or even more. 24 hours is in the mode of sense gratification, drinking and having good time, playing in the pond, playing with his wives, drinking, eating meat, this, that, so many other things, and then happily reading, doing sense gratification. But why is he doing? Controller. Don't we think that he's convinced that he's a controller? Yes, he's convinced that he's a controller. You know why heart attacks will come? Because he's a controller, na. The moment he understands that something is losing, that means his control is going. Then suddenly heart. Because he cannot accept that. Consciously, he cannot accept that. When that becomes heavy, you see heart attack. He's a controller, na. There's an India-Pakistan match. Not these days, I think people are not that much. When I was a child, I used to remember. I used to listen. That when there is a India-Pakistan match, they used to strictly tell whoever has some kind of heart problem, do not watch the television, especially matches between India and Pakistan. And we have heard, we used to listen those days in the news that people they'll die during the match. Why? They expect India to win, but India loses. Why? Controllership. Because that person is thinking that he's that. Please understand, controllership comes through this doership. And that comes through false ego, the false propaganda. Is it not false propaganda? Now, Trump thinks that he's American. Is it true? But it's false propaganda. Now, we think that we are Indian. Is it true? That is another false propaganda. That means our falsity is telling that I'm that, but technically I'm not that. Who is telling that I'm that? A fool might tell that you are that. If a fool is telling, do we accept that? He's a fool. Fool doesn't know what has to be done, what has to understood, what has to be understood. He's just a fool. He's just telling, oh, you are this. Do we just accept it? We should be intelligent. The advantage is if at least one person in today's if one person takes today's class, his life will be successful. He'll understand why problems are coming in his life and then why that problem is actually affecting him. No problem, every person will go through problems. Devotees will go through problems. Devotees doesn't go through problems. Pure devotees doesn't go through problems. We don't see problems in the life of Srila Prabhupada. I've seen problems in my spiritual master's life so much. No, his problems, devotees' problems. Our devotees' problems are also his problems. If someone comes and tells Prabhu, we have this problem, is that not a problem for him? It is a problem for him. But how is he dealing with that? Depending. He never feels that he's a controller. That's why Srila Prabhupada, if you see, he never feels that he's a controller. He's a maintainer or he's a proprietor. That's why when Second World War was happening, Srila Prabhupada was making nice puris and then offering it to the Lord. He's doing nice Sankirtan Bhajan and then he's writing his books. During the Second World War, when bombs are falling in Kolkata, sitting at his home, he was thinking, if Krishna wants to kill me, he will put one bomb on my home. That's it. It's gone. But if Krishna wants to protect me, bomb will not fall in my home. That's it. So both the cases, there's no problem. Because Krishna is orchestrating everything. If this eruka, if this known, if this awareness comes in one's consciousness, dear devotees, I'll tell you something. Even Devi Devatas do not know what we are discussing. Please understand. It's only by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada and pure souls we are understanding. We are able to understand this. Even they don't know. But please understand how fortunate we are. That's why I always say we are very fortunate actually to get connected to the mission of Srila Prabhupada and his pure followers. We are very fortunate. Dear devotees, the moment we understand that this is a problem, this is an obstruction which is stopping me, if we really understand how to come out of that problem very easily, then do we feel that as a problem? We never feel that as a problem. We'll simply accept it as it is. That's what Srila Prabhupada did. Are there second world war bombs are they're throwing thousands of people are dying, but Prabhupada is happily chanting Hare Krishna and then making puris, offering it to the Lord. Beautiful. When I heard this from my spiritual master, I felt, this is what. I remember my spiritual master, I was going through very difficult situation. Very difficult. This means this decision is a decision for the community. That means he has to take the right decision. If the right decision is not taken, then there's a problem in the community. That means the community can go anywhere. A few years back happened. And then he did not sleep all night. He was just thinking what to be done, what to be done, what to be done, what to be done, what to be done. He was not getting the answers. He was depending on the Lord. The answers were not getting. What did he do? He continued depending. And then Mangalarti time came. He took bath, he went to Mangalarti, attended Mangalarti, not thinking about the problem but glorifying the spiritual master and the acharyas. He just kept that problem aside and then continued Mangalarti. Dear devotees, I always feel there's a beautiful connection we can establish during this Mangalarti period if our consciousness is right. That's why if you see Shravana is everything. Through Shravana you can get everything. Shravana is a course, is a source and the core crux for everything. Because through that Shravana only we can see, Are, today in the morning, I was trying to see, Are, how this is the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, this is the mercy of pure souls. Otherwise, a soul like me, how could I stand here and then glorify Guru Ashtakam? I'm so fortunate to glorify, to sing Guru Ashtakam. Samsaradava nalalidaloka. I'm not the controller because I'll practically tell how we are not the controller. For example, if a devotee is singing, Samsaradava nalalidaloka Tranaya Karunya Ghana Ghana. So first question, oh, you're singing nicely. Somebody tells. Then the discussion is happening between those two persons. He'll ask, who wrote this? Did you wrote this? Because you're singing, na? He's the first time, he came for the first time. No, he's asking the person who's actually singing it. Now the person is asking him the question. He's asking, did you say, did you wrote this? Samsara I don't understand, but it looks very melodious, it looks beautiful. Then the person who actually sang, he says, no, this has been written by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur Maharaj. Then the question comes, who is he? Oh, he's a Manjari from the spiritual world. He descended from the spiritual world. He's an Acharya in the Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya. Oh, oh, he wrote this. Huh? Okay. Nice. Then who taught you to sing like this? Then this Prabhu will tell, my teacher or my spiritual master or some, another devotee helped me very nicely to sing this kirtan in this way. Okay, nice. No, if the person who's actually singing, if he gets that question, oh, Bapre, you know what? I sang very nicely today. Devotees are also appreciating me. You see, I sang nicely. The mind will tell. But when the intelligence is sharpened, it is very sharp through Shavana. What happens? Prabhu, this Samsara Dava is given by Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur Maharaj. And it is a mercy of the spiritual master who gave the consciousness. And it is a mercy of the Lord and the Acharya of the Lord who gave the stone or tone, whatever you say, the tone which he gave. Otherwise, the voice will not come. He gave everything, and then this body is also given by the Lord only. I am a very minute soul which is sitting in the heart, which is very minute. Even I can't see how insignificant I am. I don't even know how insignificant. It is 1/10,000th the time of the tip of the hair. You take tip of the hair, tip, not entire hair. You cut with the tip only. That is one portion. You cut that 100 times. Only the tip, not the hair. You cut the tip 100 times. Again take one portion. Again cut the tip 100 times. That is the size of a soul. We are that. And through that soul, the consciousness is coming. Thinking is coming. Feeling is coming. Willing. Bapre, that small consciousness is also driving through that. Who is that person who created that? This is how Utsaha will come into one's heart. Then they say, oh, Bhagavad Gita says, Krishna says, I created that. That means immediately connection is established with the Lord. Then do we ever feel that we are the controller, dear devotees? Do we, if a person will come and tell, oh, Prabhu, you are a devotee, do we ever really feel that we are a devotee? Please tell. Nobody will feel that. That's why hearing is important. We should know actually. Because I remember 2 weeks back, one Mataji, very simple heart. She actually, they are the one who gave here. There's a small center in Kavali here, and she's only a teacher, and her husband works in an LIC office, which is a government teacher. They do not have children. And this Mataji, they actually have that land. They constructed that home, and then the ground floor they gave it to the center, and then the first floor they live. Now she was telling, oh, Prabhu, I was hearing you singing Mangalarti. I was hearing from upstairs. You sang very nicely. This is what she said. And to surprise, she said another thing. This is what I liked it. That's why I'm telling. She said, because your spiritual master trained you very nicely. Because through that consciousness, through the developed consciousness, through the improved state of thinking, feeling, and willing, you're singing. Because I heard you singing 10 years back also. So there's a difference between that 10 years old, but between the 10-year-old singing and the now singing. I said you correctly figured it out. It's the mercy of the spiritual master only one can actually speak. Mukam karoti vachalam pangam ungayate gira. That's why if a sadhaka, if he has a spiritual master, what happens? He will never feel that he's a controller. You see, that's what a greatest blessing. That means who we are protected actually. Please understand this. If somebody really comes, if for example, out by the association of the spiritual master, if you're really practicing Krishna consciousness sincerely, through your sincerity, people will be, people might, devotees, other devotee might appreciate genuinely. Genuinely, there you might get an appreciation. But immediately remember that person who gave it. This is connection. The moment we remember that person, we will never feel that we are the controller. I remember my spiritual master asked this question few years back. He says, oh, this Prabhu gave 10 lakh rupees to the temple. He just gave an example. He showed one devotee and then he said, oh, this Prabhu gave 10 lakhs to the temple. Should we all appreciate him? What do you think? This is what he asked. Should we all appreciate the devotee? Then devotee started telling, yes, 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 yes. The Prabhu, he clapped. Okay, okay, good, good. Very nice, very nice. You should appreciate him. Really appreciate him. And he said another aspect. I will tell why you need to really appreciate him. Now, externally, you have seen that he has given 10 lakhs. That's why you are appreciating him. Because that will be used in the service of the temple, right? In the service of Srila Prabhupada, right? But I will tell you why you need to appreciate him. Because he gave me the 10 lakhs, telling that you should not tell that I gave 10 lakhs. I don't want this recognition, Prabhu. You used it, you use this in the service of the Lord. For this, you need to appreciate this, Prabhu. This is the beauty of Krishna consciousness. What did he say? For this, because this Prabhu doesn't want that recognition. That's why you need to appreciate him. Arjuna was also in that state. Arjuna doesn't want recognition. That's why Krishna told him to fight. Please understand. It's not like Krishna selected some person. Abhi Arjuna mil gaya. Okay, chalo. Let us go and fight. Abhi koi nahi, Arjuna mil gaya. That's why let us go and fight. No, no, no. Arjuna was the best person. He was chosen by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Why? Because he's completely selfless, pure. Even though he was not speaking about the Lord in the chapter 1, still he was on the selfless plane. Please understand this. He doesn't want anything. But still his heart was in grief. So, dear devotees, we need to understand how much workout we need to do in our consciousness. Both, both है अंदर करने का. We have to do a lot of work internally. Because I'm telling you, this controlship didn't go in the heart of Indra. Do you think it will go in our heart easily? Now, how do you know that this controlship didn't go in the heart of Indra? Because he fought with Krishna only for mere Parijata tree. He knows that that same Krishna is a Govinda, who is all powerful, all attractive, all merciful, all knowledgeable, all intelligent, all beauty, all renunciate. He knows that Krishna has all these qualities, but still he fought with him because he wanted Parijata. Please understand this. So this will never go from the heart. Please understand, this will never go. Only if we surrender, if we submit. Humbly we should accept our dayaniya, menial position, our insignificant position actually. If a sadhaka understands that, then only he will hear. Otherwise, he will never hear. Otherwise, he will think that I know so many things. So what do we know? We know nothing. We might know materially how to write code, how to ask AI, how to do this, how to do that, how to go to laundry, and then put the coins, and then wash the clothes. We might know those things, but we don't know how to become free from this controlling ship, controller mentality. This is the way. When we understand these details, they say, Mukam karoti vachalam, pangam langayate gram. So by your mercy, everything is manifesting. A dumb man can also speak. A person who is a physically handicapped, his legs are not good, he can also climb the mountains. How? Mercy. Through mercy only he can do this. Very important. This is devotion. If we aspire for this, nobody can trouble you, especially your mind. Nobody means, outside people cannot trouble anyone. Only internal heart, internal mind will trouble. Mind is the only cheating. She will only cheat us. Every person is actually suffered through mind only. You see a squirrel, I don't know, have you seen squirrel eating food in India? It's a There is a rice, there is a squirrel. Immediately quickly comes, then quickly eats, watches here and there. Again quickly eats, again watches here and there, out of fear, thinking that somebody will come. I was saying, what kind of eating is that? And I felt that we went through that life also. Oh, my dear Lord, we missed your presence. We missed your devotees association. Now see what kind of life we are taking. We took the body of that squirrel and we are eating and we are worried that somebody will come. And actually, my daughter was watching it. And then she said, ah, that's it. She ran from that place. She did not say anything. She said, ah, it's not very close also. It's too far. It's far. It's like 20 feet distance. But there's pin drop silence. Because it's not like big cities like where there is always, it's very silent. Then I was thinking, Krishna, what is this position? How pathetic position is this? She's hungry, she's unable to eat. Even during eating, she's in a state of anxiety that if somebody might come. What is this life? Dear devotees, we all went through those lives. If we see some anxiety in our life today, in our heart today, because of all these situations in our life previously, I just gave an example. Because that impression will be there in our consciousness. We might not feel the presence of the body, but the impressions are there in the consciousness. Because the same consciousness now is traveling. The body is changing. The consciousness is same now. That's why even the children, they become fearful. Why? Because they've experienced before. They're about it. This is a proof that there is previous life. A lot of people will say, show me proof, show me proof. See the proof. This is a proof for previous life. Complete state of anxiety. I was just praying, my dear Lord, please help. Please help. This entire nation has to be pacified. Everyone has to accept the process of Krishna consciousness. There's no hope in this world. You show me do we have any hope? Even if we earn 200K or 300K, still there is anxiety. What is the use of the 300K? If that 300K is not helping us to dissipate that free from, it is not helping us to become free from that state of anxiety. What is the use? Because that will not dissipate. It will actually increase. The blood pressure will be increased. The salary is increasing, blood pressure is also increasing. Because if the salary is increasing, responsibilities are increasing. More responsibilities, that is more scope of firing also. They will not fire an entry level engineer. They will fire a big person who's a director or a vice president. They will fire him. Because if they remove him, then 400K's budget is saved. They will try to figure out his position through some other way. That is why what they do is these big people, they try to develop in the company in such a way that they are the controllers. You see, why am I telling all of these things? Because they try to develop this. They want to establish their thing. That means without them, the company or that state will not work. Generally, they do this. Especially our Indians will do this. Because they are intelligent, na? Buddhi, Brahmanas, intelligent. They want to establish this. For this, they will do so unlimited politics. Because they have to maintain that, na? First they have to establish, then they have to maintain. Now, whoever is becoming an obstruction to that, he will do politics with that person, and then he will either remove that person or he will change him to some other position. This is a fact, Baba. Why? Because he is the controller. Every you tell a problem, you have a solution. You have a solution in Gita. Any problem in this world, you have a solution in Gita. So that's what they do. Because what is he doing? He's a small Hiranyakashipu. Who is he? It's like Hiranyakashipu wanted to control this entire nation, na? Now, this person who is the head in that company, he's a small Hiranyakashipu because he wants to control everything. Na? Trump is another small Hiranyakashipu. He wants to control everything. In America, he wants to control. He's a small Hiranyakashipu. I do not have any grudge with any kind of any person, but this is a small sample which we need to understand. Controllership. This controllership will never, if this controllership never goes from the heart, we will never understand Krishna consciousness. Actually, I'll tell something. Because I always check my heart on this. By Marshall, spiritual master. He trained us so deep, Baba. Amazing. This person is it's not an ordinary person. Amazing soul. So this controlling shift the advertise. I'll tell another beautiful example. For example, if you go to a marriage, I'm the controller, I'm the maintainer, I'm the enjoyer, right? This Mataji wears a beautiful sari, gorgeous, full necklace. Gold is very expensive these days, but she has a lot of gold. She's rich. And everyone started up saying, oh wow, your saris looks beautiful. Externally they are telling, internally they are actually jealous of her. Only externally, superficially, because they have to tell now. Otherwise, the relationship will because they will be offended. If person doesn't tell, oh, this is great, they'll be offended. It's going, but one person told this is not good. That's it. That's it. The entire function is ruined. Are that person told you the function is for somebody else. Now, what is the problem for you seeing that function? You can see that function nicely. Why are you worried that this person told you? Why? Because they feel that they are the enjoyer. Because they feel that they are the controller. They understand that they are the maintainer. Why Hiranyakashipu was dejected? Because his brother died, Hiranyaksha. How can Vishnu kill him? My brother. You know who my brother is? You know who am I? I will control this. I know everything. I can take care of this. Hiranyakashipu is telling, I'll control everything. Now, for that controlling ship, he did tapasya. Now, I said small Hiranyakashipu is right. To establish that strength in the company, they do so many things. And that Mataji was completely dejected. Why? This attitude. The entire world is designed on this only. Either we want to be controlled, that controlling ship will never come, we will be dejected and rejected. Again, that's why they say, never give up. They say, right? Material dreams, material words, never give up. What do you mean, never give up? I have to leave this body. What do you mean, never give up? I have to leave. Never give up. What do you mean, never give? I have to leave the body. The body has to be gone. You say on the other side, never give up. It's a foolishness. Nah? That means anything which you are doing with, that means he's telling never give up within this bodily perspective. Are this body itself is temporary. What do you mean never give up? Lead your life with passion. Passion means more, controlling. As they say, right? Lead your life with passion. More, controlling. This materialism will never end. It goes on like this. So many atheists will come, they will tell all of these things. And then move forward. But nobody will tell, "Arey, Baba, this life is very short." Everyone says, no, you have 20 years. What do you mean 20 years? It will run just like that. So 20 years. Literally, I always think about this. How did 19 years passed away in America? 18.75, not 19 years. How did 18.75 years passed away in US? I don't. I remember the day when I went to Chennai, Annasalai. That is a place where the visa office was there because in those days Hyderabad was visa office was not there. We had to go. So I went 2006. I went there. I still remember that day. I see that this day yesterday only happened on 2006 to 2025. So much time. But it looks like it just flied off. That means if 20 years can fly, our life can also fly. That's what I'm telling. That's why I told that. Because the moment we feel controllership, we will never realize this time factor. Very important derivatives. I am the maintainer, I am the controller, I am the proprietor, I am the engineer. Prabhupada is telling these are all foolishness. That's it. When an Acharya says something, if you accept, you'll get realizations. If you do not accept, if you think, oh, no, I'm also controller, little controller, then you have to take some births to understand this truth. If you really want to understand this truth as is, now you need to accept that. Then you'll understand. Then you see, Arjuna, a person who can actually control the wind, that person is telling, my heart is not okay. No, that person is accepting. When Krishna says Prakriti Kriyamanani Gune Karmani Sarvas Ahankaras Yamudata Kartamitu, he's telling directly to Arjuna. Arjuna, through Ahankara only you are telling like this. Arjuna accepted. That's why he was victorious. If we accept, you will be victorious. You don't have to come back again to this material world and finish this business in this life. But for that, you need to accept. For that, you need to surrender. For that, you need to make your life simple. The life is complex. How can we understand the truth? Hare Krishna. If I continue, I can, but I'll stop here. Anyone would like to add anything? Any questions? It's very important. Dear devotees, if you have time, please hear this again. This is a very important conversation, what we discussed today. Because everything is in this doership. I'll tell one more thing and stop. You know, spiritual master telling, Hare, if you are working, if you are giving, if you are doing service, why are you telling it is the mercy of Guru and Krishna? You are doing, na? He'll tell all these practical things only. Why are you telling it's the mercy of Guru and Krishna? We'll discuss this tomorrow. Hare Krishna. The word is Krishna consciousness is a very practical science. It's very practical. Prabhupada gave that practical truth only. You see, you show me one lecture where Srila Prabhupada is telling about Rasleela. You will not find. You show me one lecture where Srila Prabhupada is telling about intimate pastimes between Radha and Krishna. He tells general pastimes. He will not. Because his focus is on what? His focus is on to improve consciousness. If the consciousness is improved, Radha Krishna pastime will happen in your consciousness. Why Radha Krishna pastime is only in the 10th canto? They will not happen in your heart. Desire for that. For that, we should become very, very pure. Very important. These are some important things which we are discussing. I don't know how much you understood. I'll stop here and keep quiet. Anyone would like to add anything, like to share?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances for
Hare Krishna.
Srila Prabhupada. So beautiful topic, Prabhu. As you said, Krishna consciousness is very practical and beautiful. We can. I want to share something which kind of you paused the topic for tomorrow. Um, so if we are simple example this morning as well, have to wake up have to wake up early, and do chanting and take bath. If I wait for at least 30 seconds, gone again on the bed and so forth. So I was
Correct.
thinking, no, 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 I have to wake up, otherwise the morning is gone. This is all external, but in the consciousness, who exactly is waking me up? If I think that I'm waking up, it's on me. But who is inspiring me to wake up? But actually, it's in the subtle level. It's actually, Prabhu said. Prabhu said to wake up early in the morning. Prabhu said 30 seconds if I'm on the bed. This is all that we discussed in the class on spiritual master. We are discussing, right, Prabhu? So that's the actual inspiration to wake up. Yes, I'm waking up, but in the subtle level, I've heard, and in the morning it's the sattva, uh, um, the Brahma Muhurta, everything. If I wouldn't have heard about the truth, then I wouldn't wake up. I would sleep again and right.
Correct.
So that's the subtle level. Beautiful topic on controllership, Prabhu. If I remember that I heard from the spiritual master, that's why that is the inspiration for me to wake up. I'm not the controller at that point, right, Prabhu? Which is a lot of light in the heart. Otherwise, um, if I think I'm the controller, I woke up today. Tomorrow, if I don't wake up, obviously it will happen. Then I would feel like, okay, because I'm thinking I'm the controller. I'll have happy today, tomorrow distress, everything.
No, no,
So
what
just
will what will what will happen? Very good point which you shared. What will happen in the other side also is tomorrow also you'll get up. 10 days also you'll get up. 1 year also you'll get up. But the pride will increase because I am getting up. Through that pride, what happens is, I'll tell what happens also. Through that pride, we'll see other devotees and we'll say, see, they're not getting up.
mm,
And we will tell them, should get up. You see, I'm getting up. So every day. It's pride. That is not devotion. That is through coming through false ego. The pride, through pride, we'll do it. But one day that pride will be crushed by the material nature. That is when the obstruction will come. Then we will realize, then we will complain, Arey yaar, this Krishna consciousness, kuch bhi nahi hai. There's nothing in this Krishna consciousness. It's all foolish. Then the same person will actually be against Krishna consciousness and then preach badly about Krishna consciousness. So there's so much. That's why we need to learn very nicely. Very nicely we should learn. Because he's dejected now. Now he'll open up another center outside. And then that will be anti-ISKCON. Because he didn't like. That's how it is. So you should be very careful. Will Prabhupada will be happy with that? Never be happy. That's why we should always be careful what association we are taking. Through the association, is our humility increasing? Is our surrender, is our aspiring to surrender is coming? Is our desire to do sense gratification decreasing? Then that is correct. Take that association. If it is coming opposite, oh, leave that association. We should be very careful from where we are hearing, what we are hearing, how we are hearing, what we are doing. Hare Krishna. Thank you for sharing that. Anyone else would like to add anything?
Hare
Yes,
Hare Krishna
Amma
Gurudev.
Asha, please tell.
uh, all glory to Srila Prabhupada. आपके चरणों में
Jai,
दंडवत प्रणाम.
Jai.
नहीं, अब हम I like the class every time. That's what today's I learned so much, and now I feel like I tell everyone, like I feel like now I can closer to the Lord Krishna. I feel like it now, like some kind of you step. like you learning something new and you feel like, okay, now I can get this, I can get this, I can't do it, but now I feel like it. Now every time I learn something new in Bhagavad Gita class and your class, I feel like, okay, now I come to the closer to the God. That's why I feel like it now.
Very nice.
Hare
All
Krishna.
the best. Nice to hear. All the very best, Amma. My best wishes. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Yes, Amshula Show, please take on the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for the wonderful class on a very important topic of trying to become the controller and how to get out of this controllership mentality.